We're so glad that you're joining us, and also all the people, the couples that are watching at home.
Tensions are running high after Jimmy Evans made a huge announcement on Joni Lamb. Fans were left confused, trying to piece together what might have prompted this unexpected reveal.
What on earth could drive Jimmy Evans, a respected and trusted leader in Christian marriage counseling, to suddenly step down from XO Marriage, a ministry he's devoted over 30 years of his life to?
Oh, this is gonna be messy, ain't it?
Before we dive into the juicy details of that video, let's take a quick moment to show some love. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. And hey, if you want to be in the know, ring that notification bell so you never miss a beat. Join the party in the comments section. We want to hear what you think.
In order to ensure that his advice to Joni was aligned with biblical principles, Jimmy took the extraordinary step of reaching out to Doug directly. He did not want to make a hasty judgment, but instead engaged in deep and thorough conversations with Doug. They had intense discussions that delved into the heart of Doug's past marriage and divorce. Jimmy wanted to ensure that the divorce was valid in a biblical sense, particularly as he weighed whether Joni could move forward with Doug. This process wasn't about seeking permission, but about ensuring that their relationship aligned with the values that mattered most.
Evans's departure comes amidst a storm of controversy involving Daystar TV and Joni Lamb's marriage to Doug Weiss. This announcement shocked his followers, many of whom have looked to XO Marriage for guidance and support. But it raises serious questions because of which people are not buying that he's leaving to focus solely on his ministry. I think it's just a calculated move to sidestep legal battles and controversies stemming from things he's said and done. Last year, a leaked recording revealed Evans urging Jonathan and Susie Lamb to support Joni, calling her the voice of God at Daystar. This was despite the couple's objections that Weiss lacked biblical grounds for divorcing his previous wife.
But in audio obtained by the Roy's report, Evans pressures the couple to submit to Joni, claiming she has godlike authority.
And submission means she's the voice of God to you. And I said,
I'm sorry, can you clarify? She said she's the voice of God to me?
she's the voice of God.
So God's voice is.
So I have to hear. I can't hear from God. I have to hear from her.
Outside of Daystar, what she says is God in Daystar. This is the voice of God in Daystar.
So what accountability does she have if she's off?
Well, she has a husband. She has a board.
I'm on the board.
Yeah, but you're not individually. You're not her accountability. Individually, you're her employee.
The recording, which went viral on YouTube, drew widespread criticism. With over 23,000 comments, many accused Evans of prioritizing personal allegiances over biblical principles. His rebuke of Jonathan and Susie Lamb's concerns added fuel to the fire, leaving many questioning his judgment. The controversy deepened as conflicting accounts about Doug Weiss's previous marriage emerged. On one hand, Evans publicly defended Weiss, claiming he had been abandoned and abused, giving him biblical grounds for divorce.
Critics began questioning Evans' alignment with Joni Lamb's actions and why he portrayed her voice as divine. But that wasn't the only controversy. In March 2023, Evans appeared on Joni Lamb's Table Talk program, where he defended her relationship with Doug Weiss, suggesting Weiss was abandoned and abused by his former wife, making his divorce biblically acceptable. However, this didn't sit right with many viewers. Just a few years earlier in 2019, Weiss had described his wife on Daystar as having the purest heart I've ever met, and praised her endlessly. The inconsistencies were glaring, and people were quick to point them out.
With a deep commitment to the sanctity of marriage, Jimmy has always been steadfast in his belief that marriage was a sacred institution.
But critics pointed to Weiss's earlier praise of his ex-wife as having the purest heart I've ever met during a 2019 Daystar broadcast.
What's your favorite things about Lisa? Oh, she's got the purest heart I've ever met. I mean, it's just, she loves and serves with excellence. Everything she does with excellence. You know, she's an amazing individual, creativity-wise. She's an amazing mom, and she runs her company. You know, we just bought a 20,000 square foot building for a counseling center. That's a lot. She runs it like a home. I mean, people just like her because she's just got this kind of like, how can I help you? Heart, you know?
This contradiction raised serious questions about the narrative Evans chose to support.
Daystar quietly removed the Table Talk episode from YouTube, but as with anything on the internet, internal links ensured the video never really disappeared.
Daystar's decision to remove the Table Talk episode featuring Weiss only added to the skepticism, with many questioning the transparency of their actions. It appears that Jimmy Evans's departure might not be as simple as focusing on his prophecy ministry. It could be a calculated move to distance himself from the growing controversies surrounding the Lamb family. Evans has known the Lambs for years and has been deeply involved in their ministry, even covering up Marcus Lamb's alleged affair and other internal issues at Daystar. Allegations of Evans aiding in the cover-up of abuse with little lambs further tarnish his record. Some believe Evans is stepping back because he anticipates facing consequences for his involvement in these situations. His controversial support for Joni Lamb, calling her the voice of God, and endorsing her marriage to Doug Weiss as biblical despite widespread criticism, has left many questioning his discernment. Additionally, Evans was reportedly involved in downplaying a scandal involving Pete, alongside Jonathan and Susie Lamb. These repeated actions, many argue, reveal a pattern of prioritizing relationships over biblical truth. Another significant factor could be the state of Daystar itself. The network is reportedly on the verge of financial collapse, and with revenues declining, Evans may see little opportunity for profit in continuing his association. This financial instability could be one of the main reasons he's betraying Joni Lamb, focusing instead on his own ministry, endtimes.com, and pulling his shows from Daystar Network. By quietly exiting XO marriage and shifting his focus, Evans might be attempting to protect his reputation, preserve his resources, and avoid being dragged down by Daystar's struggles. There's also speculation that he has stepped away from Daystar Network and distanced himself from Joni Lamb entirely, though this hasn't been officially announced yet. However, his drastic decision to leave XO and the timing of these events strongly suggest otherwise. Many believe it's only a matter of time before we hear confirmation of his departure from Daystar as well. Looking ahead, it's not hard to imagine Joni Lamb defending her marriage to Doug Weiss by pointing to Jimmy Evans's endorsement. She might argue that as a trusted elder and a voice of authority in marriage counseling, Jimmy approved their union, giving her the green light. But instead of addressing the growing concerns about the unbiblical nature of her marriage, she might lean on Jimmy's approval as a shield. This could be the exact scenario Jimmy is trying to distance himself from. With the backlash looming, one that could further expose the cracks in his credibility, Jimmy may have decided it's time to betray Joni Lamb and cut ties. Of course, the financial collapse of Daystar is another critical factor. With the network no longer bringing in the kind of money it used to, Jimmy likely realized that staying tied to Joni Lamb and Daystar wouldn't be as profitable as it once was. Pulling his shows from the network and focusing entirely on his prophecy ministry could be a calculated move to secure his own future before the fallout becomes unavoidable. His reputation in the marriage counseling space has already taken a massive hit. And now, with Daystar's decline and credibility waning, he's trying his hand at prophecy ministry, hoping to reinvent himself before the full storm hits. But will this strategy work, or will the consequences of his past decisions catch up to him? Only time will tell. One thing is clear, this story raises serious questions about leadership, integrity, and the role of Christian ministries in navigating scandals. As followers of Christ, we're called to seek truth and hold our leaders accountable. Do you believe Evans made the right decision, or is there more to this story than meets the eye? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We're committed to bringing you more deep dives into faith, leadership, and the challenges facing today's Christian community. Thank you for watching.
As always, we'll keep you updated on this story as it unfolds. Until next time, stay informed and stay engaged.
And on that note, turn to your neighbor and say, scoop me up something to munch on.
Let's take a quick moment to show some love. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. And hey, if you want to be in the know, ring that notification bell so you never miss a beat. Join the party in the comments section. We want to hear what you think.